Call this meeting of Township High School District 211 Board of Education to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Barron? Mr. Bradley?
Here.
Ms. Cavill?
Here.
Mr. Dombrowski?
Here.
Mr. McGowan?
Here.
Mr. Rosenblum?
Here.
Mrs. Klimkowitz?
Here. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Our first recommended action is that the board enter closed session to discuss minutes of meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, matter pertaining to an individual student, and collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Bradley?
Aye.
Ms. Cavill? Mr. Dombrowski? Mr. McGowan? Mr. Rosenblum?
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz?
Aye. Action is that the Board of Education return to open session. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye. Would everyone please rise and join us in the pledge? That would take us to, we have no recognitions this evening. We did that last Thursday. That will take us to public comments. And I do not have anyone signed up for it. That would then take us to our strategic plan update, the post-secondary success. Dr. Small, thank you.
The District 211 strategic plan focuses on all aspects of our district, including post-secondary success. Tonight, Josh Shoemaker, the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction, and Michelle Napier, Director of College and Career Readiness, will present on the district's progress towards strategic plan goals 7.1 and 7.3 pertaining to our students' post-secondary success.
Good evening. District 211 is committed to preparing every student for their future, ensuring that they have multiple options after high school. Our goal is to equip each graduate with essential skills that span academic growth, college and career readiness, active involvement in the school community, global competitiveness, and physical and mental wellness. These foundational skills are embedded within our District 211 strategic plan, which lays out the priorities, goals, strategies, and targets over a 5-year period to drive innovation and progress across the district. Our strategic plan is organized around 10 key priorities, each with defined goals, indicators, strategies, and targets. Tonight, we will be focusing on Goal 7, which addresses college and career readiness, specifically our progress in ensuring that every District 211 student will engage in preparation and experiences for college and career readiness throughout high school. I'm honored to be here tonight with Michelle Napier, our Director of College and Career Readiness. Tonight's presentation will cover 2 main components of our approach to post-secondary success under Goal 7. This includes an overview of our specific indicators, strategies, and targets, our post-high school planning framework, career pathway programming, and the continuum of career exploration opportunities. Together, these elements support each student's journey from high school to their chosen post-secondary path. Goal 7 serves as a cornerstone in our commitment to college and career readiness, ensuring that every District 211 student is prepared for the future, whether through enrollment, enlistment, or employment.
Before we move into each specific strategy, we would like to highlight the foundational component of the College and Career Framework. The Illinois Post-Secondary and Career Expectation Framework, also known as the PACE, outlines developmental milestones for students from grade 9 through 12. Established through the Post-Secondary and Workforce Readiness Act, also known as POWER, the framework established benchmarks to help students achieve a structured path from high school to post-secondary success, focusing in 3 areas: post-secondary goals and career exploration, post-secondary education and preparation, and financial literacy. We created a team with school counselors and teachers to review the template provided by the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. The team adapted the framework into a meaningful, intentional, and accessible framework for students and parents by embedding District 211 programming, key initiatives, and alignment to our strategic plan. In addition to the PACE components, District 211 added important elements like student involvement, attendance, grade monitoring, 4-year planning, academic rigor, and career interest exploration. Emphasis was also placed on community service and building relationships with a trusted adult, and annual participation in college and career events, making these priorities central to District 211's approach.
A core component of our strategic plan is ensuring that each student has a post-high school plan that includes a potential career pathway. We've implemented Maya Learning, which is a college and career readiness platform that facilitates collaboration among students, parents, and staff. Maya Learning provides students with structured guidance on exploring careers, aligning coursework, and setting achievable goals for after high school. Over the past 3 years, we provided professional development for our staff and resources for parents to engage meaningfully with the platform. This year, we aim to deepen that engagement further, empowering every student to create a clear, individualized plan. With our 24-25 targets, we'll focus on expanding participation and refining how we guide students in post-secondary planning.
Our approach to college and career readiness is designed with yearly goals that aligns with the Illinois PACE framework supported through Maya Learning's platform. The structured progression ensures that every District 211 receives intentional step-by-step guidance. The PACE framework takes students through key stages, beginning with self-discovery in freshman year, then moving into career pathway exploration as sophomores, followed by active engagement with college and career options in junior and senior year. Each grade builds on the previous year's milestones, so students feel increasingly confident and prepared as they approach graduation. This structure ensures that each student is well positioned for post-secondary success, whether that means employment, enlistment, or enrollment. To illustrate, let's look at the experience of a 9th grader, for example. Within the first few weeks of school, counselors meet with freshmen to introduce Maya Learning, where they complete initial character assessments, including a personality assessment and an interest inventory. Based on their responses, Maya Learning provides each student with a tailored list of potential career pathways aligned to their interests. During these meetings, students also begin to develop a 4-year course plan, mapping out academic courses and extracurricular activity programming that aligns with their evolving interests and allows for further career exploration. Through these yearly milestones, the PACE-aligned structure within Maya Learning provides every student with a clear path forward, equipped with targeted activities, resources, and guidance to prepare themselves for life beyond high school. Our Pathway to Your Future guidebook was developed by the same team behind the District 211 PACE framework to support both students and families. This guidebook aims to create a recognizable framework that goes beyond college and career readiness. It guides students through course selection, long-term planning, and ultimately serves as a comprehensive toolkit for both students and parents. The guidebook outlines a 4-step approach: awareness, exploration, experiences, and creating a 4-year plan. Each step includes thought-provoking questions designed to help students build self-awareness, explore career interests, make informed decisions, and seek hand-on experiences. In step 1, we ask students to consider, so what do you want to do after high school? This question directs them to complete their interest profiler in Maya Learning, which helps them direct their interests and goals as they start to develop their personalized academic 4-year plan. To provide some context, the state of Illinois defines 7 career pathways and aligns it to the 16 national career clusters. Once students complete their interest profile and identify career preferences in Maya Learning, they can use the guidebook to create a 4-year course plan that not only meets the graduation requirements, but also aligns with their chosen career pathway. As students seek coursework to further their career interests, each pathway area has designated pages identifying potential District 211 coursework. In addition, clubs and activities that support additional career exploration are highlighted. And finally, at the bottom of each pathway page, there is a section listing potential careers linked to the student's Maya Learning results. This integrated approach ensures that every student, along with their family, has the resources and guidance to create a clear, personalized plan for their future.
Strategy 7.3 focuses on providing career exploration that allows students to participate in career development experiences in their areas of interest. Over the past 3 years, we've established a baseline for participation and set a goal to increase student involvement by 3% annually. With the support of career advisors and teachers, these career development experiences may include having a guest speaker in their classroom, taking a classroom field trip, career trek, panel discussion with industry professionals, team-based challenges, attending a job fair, job shadowing, or another work experience. These experiences offer practical learning and additional exposure to industries across various fields.
We continue to use the same consistent, clear language for the career development experiences, aligning these experiences with both the Illinois PACE and the District 211 goals. This alignment continues to support the vision that each student is prepared to enroll, enlist, or seek employment after high school. The career exploration continuum guides students through 3 progressive stages: awareness, exploration, and experience. Career awareness is the first stage where students receive information about potential career clusters and specific job roles. This stage helps them explore their own abilities and interests while learning about the range of careers available. Activities here are aimed to help students understand broad career fields and begin identifying areas that align with their personal strengths. Exploration provides opportunities for direct interaction with employers or other industry partners, allowing students to gain insight into various sectors or specific occupation. In this phase, students start learning more deeply about careers by connecting with industry professionals and community partners, bridging classroom knowledge to real-world insights. Experiences offer hands-on opportunities to participate in jobs and explore careers directly in the workplace. Through internships, apprenticeships, and other work-based learning, students gain first-hand exposure to the workplace, enabling them to understand the nature of work in their chosen fields. Community partnerships are crucial to providing these experiences. Our career and technical education teachers play an active role in advisory panels, which serve as a resource and a bridge between students and industry. These panels support students' awareness and exploration and the experienced learning, with industry professionals offering insight into current best practices, technology advancements, and direct student employment opportunities. This collaboration strengthens our commitment to preparing students with real-world skills and knowledge. Research has shown that early career exploration builds students' confidence and helps them make more informed choices about their futures. These awareness-building experiences are essential to ensure students develop the skills and understanding they need for long-term success. Career advisors are an integral part of our strategy, helping students connect with real-world experiences and industry professionals. Students are introduced to a career advisor as a freshman during the first few weeks of school, where career advisors partner with school counselors to provide comprehensive support. Career advisors work with students in small groups and one-on-one sessions to develop essential career readiness skills, such as creating a resume, completing mock interviews, or conducting deeper career exploration based on a student's interest. Using students' interest inventory results, career advisors coordinate with classroom teachers to organize career field trips, guest speaker sessions, industry panels, in a variety of career paths. With over 60 dual credit courses, students are offered opportunities to visit Harper's College campus, where career advisors coordinate campus visits that allow students to see firsthand the robust programs offered, including healthcare, business, graphic design, culinary, electronics, and manufacturing. And finally, panel discussions host professionals from diverse fields such as engineering, business, public safety, hospitality, and tourism. For example, at Palatine High School, we filled the auditorium with students from all of our buildings, eager to hear from construction industry leaders about career opportunities. Our speakers included general contractor, trade business owners, union members, offering a comprehensive look of the employment pathway in the construction field. Our panels are diverse, representing a variety of background, gender, and races, allowing students to see themselves represented in these careers. District 211 offers a range of career exploration events each year tailored to meet the diverse interests and goals of our students. These events are designed to support students whether they plan to enroll in college, enlist in the military, or enter the workforce after high school. One of our flagship initiatives, Girls Steam Ahead, is aimed at inspiring young girls, specifically in 5th and 6th grade, from our feeders districts to explore science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. This event highlights potential careers in STEAM fields, encouraging early interest and engagement. In addition, our high school students volunteer and serve as mentor, leaders, and role models for our 5th and 6th graders. For our high school students, we facilitate participation in regional skilled trade fairs and attend Harper's Apprenticeship Fair, where students can explore hands-on training opportunities. Students have the opportunity to attend the military fair at Schaumburg High School, where students can meet with representatives from various military branches. Actually, it took place last week. And just for those students interested in joining the workforce right after graduation, our senior job fair connects students directly with local employers who are ready to hire, giving students immediate opportunities to secure full-time positions. Data consistently shows us that students who attend career events feel more prepared and confident in making post-graduation choices. We're seeing this positive impact in our own District 211 alumni. And in a recent survey from class of 2023, one student had shared the best advice to give to a current freshman is the best thing you can do is to decide what you want to do into career-wise so you are set on classes when you need to take them. This will help you on later. This guidance from our recent graduates underscores the value of career exploration early on. By providing these events and resources, we're giving students the tools and support they need to make informed choices and start their journeys with clarity and confidence.
District 211 is deeply committed to preparing every student for college and career success. Through resources like Maya Learning, structured career pathways, and hands-on learning experiences, we're equipping students with the foundational knowledge, skills, and confidence they need to pursue their goals. As we look into the future, our focus is on expanding access to these programs, ensuring that every student has the opportunity to benefit from the full range of resources and support that District 211 provides. One of our students recently captured this commitment best. They said, "Start researching careers early, because even though it seems far away, you'll thank yourself later for not having to scramble or feel stressed about what direction to take. Starting now allows you to filter out careers based on your preferences, like work hours, location, trades versus secondary education, salary, career growth, and more." We're incredibly proud of the progress that we've made in preparing our students for success beyond high school, and we're excited to continue supporting each student as they shape their futures. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I'm going to start with Ms. Cabell. Any questions?
Yes, I apologize for my voice tonight. Best I can do. I just have a few. I was wondering, just very broadly speaking, how do students with IEPs fit into the process outlined on slide 5? That's the year by year.
Sure. Students with IEPs complete the same interest profilers, personality assessments as every other student. They have the additional support also of their IEP team, who, as part of their IEP process, does develop college and career goals or future career goals.
Okay, perfect. So they have accommodations provided. They can use the accommodations provided in their IEP, for example, to complete the interest profiler their freshman year, et cetera.
If they apply to that, sure.
And Maya provides a ton of accessibilities for students. So they can enlarge the print, they can slow it down, they have line readers.
Perfect. Thank you. My only other question is, so I'm wondering how far into the year generally speaking, before your average freshman takes the interest profiler? Is it done as part of class time, or is it an expectation during, the study hall, for example?
It's within the first 3 weeks of school. So there's time that is blocked out in certain areas in the building, and it's specific for counselors to meet with students and work on these skills directly. So it's a full period.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for me. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation as always.
Thank you. Mr. Dombrowski?
Thank you for the presentation. During the introduction on slide 4, Mr. Schumacher, you said that the district assists with setting achievable goals. How does the district determine if the goals are or not achievable, and how do you convey to a student that the goals they may be setting aren't achievable, and why would we limit them?
Sure. Well, I guess I would start and say we're certainly not limiting anyone. As another part that I said was that Maya Learning, which is our platform that we use, one of the reasons we chose that platform is because of the parent accessibility as well, and the opportunity for the parent and the student to collaborate together. So really, we look at it as a partnership between the school and the parent and the student to set those achievable goals. We would never want to put a limit on what a student could achieve.
Thank you. That's all.
Mr. McGowan?
Thank you for the presentation. No questions, though.
Mr. Rosenblum?
Thank you for the presentation, Mrs. Napier and Mr. Schumacher. By providing, I have more of a statement than anything else. By providing our students with opportunities to be aware, explore, and experience exposure to post-secondary opportunities, as you so well stated during the presentation, we help set them on whatever path they choose. I think we're all grateful to our community partners who give our students these skills and knowledge. One of the many reasons our district is great and an example-setting academic model other districts follow is because of things like this program. We oftentimes set the bar in our community, region, state, and nationally. And Career Pathways is one of those programs that has allowed us to do that. And other districts have looked at how we've done that and created programs in their own district based on ours. So we should all be very proud of this particular asset and aspect of our district. And thank you both for your leadership in making this continuously happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bradley?
Thank you again for a presentation. I just have a comment. I'm fortunate to not only work but serve in a school district, and I'm fortunate to see a lot of our District 211 alumni come through my place of work, and I can attest that, we've done a tremendous job with helping our students with their post-secondary. I've gotten entrepreneurs coming in right out of high school, starting their own plumbing companies, truck drivers, restaurant gyms, real estate contractors, and some that decide to pursue a career in banking. So I just wanted to thank you guys very much for what you're doing, and keep up the great work.
Thank you. Ms. Barron?
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know that was expected on Thursday, so thank you for, shifting your schedules. I think this came at a perfect timing because as a parent, I just received this email from my daughter's counseling team with all of the paperwork lined up as far as for us as parents to take that conversation. So thank you so much for really putting an emphasis and even talking tonight about that partnership between the three of us, parents, the schools and the students. I think that you have really equipped us parents to really take over those conversations at home and have those discussions with our child. So thank you so much. I have also seen it in person at one of my visits to the schools, and the young lady who had literally it all mapped out. It was amazing. It was like, she met with her counselor. She's like, yep, this is the class we said we were going to talk about in freshman year. Let me take this in class. And it was such a smooth process. But can you talk about any feedback that we may have received from students, parents, staff as to this Career Pathways process? Is there any other improvements that they want to see as part of this?
Sure. I'll have Ms. Napier speak on that. Ms. Napier and her team have done a great job throughout this entire process of actually sitting students down, walking them through the process, and then getting their immediate feedback. So we've actually gathered a lot of student feedback throughout.
So last year we rolled out the 4-year guide with the pathways aligned, and we sent a survey. We received about 180 to 200 responses from students. I sometimes think they do a better job than sending things out to parents. And they gave us really positive feedback. They really enjoyed seeing it visually. They liked to see what careers were associated in a certain pathway. And so that feedback has been invaluable for us. We worked with our teachers, and we have partnered with, to your point, Ms. Cavill, Special Ed was interested in continuing to use this as a platform. And so we're using this to lead IEP meetings and transition services so students can take ownership of some of that. So that has been a positive coming out of as we rolled out through student services. There's also other partners in the buildings that would love to use this tool as well. And then most recently, we've been working with our career and technical educating teachers and implementing some of this and reinforcing with student services and our career and technical educators the importance of the synergy between those and providing students as a resource in a clear 4-year on and off ramp because interests change. So we've done a lot of extra work outside of this evening's presentation to highlight those partnerships with our students, families, and our teachers.
To Mr. Dombrowski's question, as far as when maybe a goal may not be as achievable, how do we still encourage and help our students through that process of, okay, like maybe you're not there now, but what can we do to help you get there? Can you just talk a little bit about what we do?
Sure. So the conversations are embedded in the process along the way as far as when the pieces of the plan happen. And we've talked about the career interest part, right? So that's the first part. So there's conversations embedded in that process. And then that's something as the student sits down with their counselor, to your point, is where the individual follow-up conversation. And I think that's probably the best time to look at that goal or look at that reach, whatever it is that the student wants to do, and have the conversation about what needs to be done in order to achieve that, right? Within District 211 and potentially after District 211. And then the next stage of the process starts in a larger group the next year and then goes also to the individual meeting with the counselor as that happens. So it's a combination of broad information in a larger group and the direct conversation in the individual meeting.
Just one more. As far as you talked a little bit about partnerships with external partners and how that works. And I think that we do an amazing job at really bringing in folks and also taking our students out. I just want to see a little bit more of an opportunity for parents to be involved in that process. I know Harper College has like some career exploration dates like on the weekends, and I just want to see us as a district promote a little bit more for us parents to be engaged in that process as well. So that was my only thing, just a little bit of feedback as a parent. So
Sure,
thank you
that's
so
great
much.
feedback. Thank you.
Thank you for the excellent presentation. And we've had some excellent questions. So I truly appreciate that information. I would like to thank Mrs. Napier for organizing the open house that we had for the student-built homes. And I think that touches on a lot of what you just presented to us, because I had the opportunity of being there and talking with the kids. And they were very excited about the hands-on opportunity of seeing the foundations being set and the concrete being poured, and just having some of the the hands-on experience of putting things together or building some different things. So I thank you very much for organizing it, for coordinating that, and for the administration that you had that was there and everything that they did along with it. So absolutely tremendous. Our student-built home program is very well recognized, and I think we've got an excellent opportunity with Nitty Construction. So
Definitely.
I thank you very much. Are there any other questions? Okay, if not, Dr. Small, anything else you want to add? No? All right. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Then that takes us to our next item on the agenda, and the recommended action is that the consent agenda be approved as presented. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. Then that takes us to our special reports and communication. We've got some FOIA. That's an information item, if anyone has any questions. Next is the placement testing of incoming freshmen. It's an information item. Dr. Small?
We are pleased to begin welcoming the class of 2029 to our schools next year. Placement testing did occur last month for our incoming freshmen. The transition process will continue with course selection in the winter so that staffing can be determined prior to the start of the early spring, which is the hiring season for our licensed educators.
All right, then that takes us to the Illinois High School Association Letter of Appreciation Recognition. It's an information item.
This is in thanks to all of our schools who are part of hosting our girls' state tennis tournament.
Next is the summary of student recognitions and public comments from our November 14th, 2024 gathering. Because we did not have a quorum, so you've got the information here. Any questions? Then that takes us to unfinished business. And then this is the recommended action is that the Board of Education approve the attached resolution which sets forth the amount of $275,822,000 as the proposed 2024 levy for Township High School District 211 and directs publication of a notice of public hearing on the proposed levy at its meeting to be held on December 12th, 2024. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I do have some comments.
Okay, please.
I'm going to talk fast to try and avoid a coughing fit. So, in Illinois, we can fund schools in two ways, through debt or through reserves. Funding with debt means choosing between keeping overall levy rates lower than required to meet expenses and funding the remainder through debt. Funding with reserves means taxing at a rate that allows the district to meet its expenses without issuing debt or going to referendum. And no one likes paying taxes, so the promise of a lower levy is easy to campaign on and easy to sell. I think it can work reasonably well in a smaller district in a single community, if residents accept that finding the cash for building maintenance and capital improvements via referendum means regularly asking for referendums and thereby losing some control over associated costs and paying millions in interest. In 2005, District 211's debt ballooned to the point that it faced a choice: cut $18 million in programs and services, or go to referendum. Voters approved a referendum. As part of that referendum, the board at the time promised the community to shift their approach to finances by adopting the more fiscally responsible policy of funding capital improvements through reserves, rather than debt and further referendum. As part of that promise, the board adopted a policy setting a minimum 33% cash reserve floor, which functions as a break glass in case of emergency signal to the district that issuing debt to cover expenses is imminent. Maintaining that policy the past 5 years as a board member myself has been easy. We all enjoyed a booming economy with low interest rates and low inflation. Our reserves grew, bolstered further with $17 million in land sale proceeds. We collected feedback from the community as to how they wished to see those land sale proceeds spent, and we invested accordingly. We also voted to retain 13 student support staff members at a high annual cost because we share our community's commitment to protecting our students' mental health. We made significant investments in safety and security measures, including adding 20 additional school safety officers at a high annual cost because we insist on protecting our students to the very best of our ability. We added additional staff to better serve growing numbers of English language learners. We approved new contracts with our teachers and other staff members to maintain our extremely high retention rates. We maintained our facilities in a way that meets our community's high expectations and protects the programs they make possible. Not only did we do all that without issuing debt or going to referendum, we granted millions in tax relief through various means. If economic conditions were the same now as they were then, I'd enthusiastically vote for further levy reductions. But things have changed. Additional staff, high inflation that skyrockets costs, and a drop in funding flipped our financial forecast. We can certainly argue about details, but the details are symptomatic of the fundamental question this board's facing. Are we still committed to funding capital investments with reserves, or do we wish to change course and fund capital improvements through debt? If economic conditions don't improve, they will force the district to issue debt within 5 years regardless. And I have yet to hear a convincing argument as to why we should deliberately shorten that ramp. I've not seen any evidence how doing so would benefit students. I would certainly be open to changing course and funding schools through debt if doing so kept taxes low and service levels high, but it doesn't. Funding schools through debt does not keep taxes low. It throws districts into boom and bust financial cycles where buildings fall apart and then cost a lot more money to fix, where programs and services are sometimes available and sometimes not, where staff retention rates drop because other districts provide higher compensation and more consistent working conditions, where busing gets more expensive and less efficient. It adds millions to the levy and debt service, almost $17 million in debt service levy alone for District 15 taxpayers this year as an example. None of that benefits students or taxpayers. But most importantly to me, funding our district this way would deepen the existing divides and perceived inequities between the schools and the townships we serve, which, as a proud Palatine high school family, I simply can't support. When I zoom out to place this question before us into a larger context, I see a world that continuously squanders our young people's future with callous disregard for the world they'll inherit. I refuse to join in by ignoring reality, hastening a budget crisis, then underfunding their education. Am I resentful about the state of our economy? Absolutely. I'm furious that my grocery bill has risen by 140%, and I have to pay taxes when it seems many other wealthy people do not. But sticking my head in the sand when confronted with indisputable changing financial conditions and then deliberately making them worse is not a solution. I will vote to fund this district through reserves as reflected in the proposed levy, not just because refusing to do so would be hugely unfair to the next 5 classes of incoming District 211 students and families, but because underfunding our schools will not even do what advocates promise. It will not lower our property tax rates in the way others like to pretend, nor will it increase our property values. I sincerely hope our economic conditions are about to change for the better, but until they do, I will vote to protect our community's investments in our students, our families, and themselves, not my own pocketbook. And that requires paying for what we promised people we'd provide in the cheapest possible way, tightening our belts and not issuing debt. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Just one
Mr.
quick comment.
Dombrowski?
I don't believe that we're left as a board with only the option of reserve funding or debt funding. I do believe that under our current practices, there is the potential to overfund or underfund. And I don't believe we're underfunding. In fact, I believe we're overfunding, and that our books reflect excessive levies and overfunding. And I think we can control that. And to do otherwise is disingenuous. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Dr. Small, is there anything you wanted to add? All right. I would like to thank Ms. Cabell for bringing up about the working cash bonds that we had and about the referendum a number of years ago. The prior boards that I've been on, that was one of the things that we wanted to make a change. Work with what the money that we had instead of having the working cash bonds. Over the years, we were able to abate, which meant we weren't taxing on those working cash funds that we had. We've put money aside. We're working within our means, and I think that that's really important that we be able to do that. And we keep up with our equipment, with our maintenance, and we look at what the student needs are. We've looked at the staff that we need, what we need as far as the social workers, the counselors, the English language learners. These are all things that we needed to address, and we've been able to do that. So I thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, if not, may I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Barron,
Hi.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Nay.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. Thank you. That takes us to our next item is for discussion, the Illinois Association of School Board Resolutions 2024. Mr. Rosenblum, anything you'd like to add to this right now?
I don't think I have too much to add. Last month, I asked everybody to please provide me with your choices for the delegate assembly to cast votes on behalf of our district at the delegate assembly coming up on Saturday morning. I ask you once again, if you have not yet sent me your form with your wishes, please do so. It's included in the agenda. And I will watch for those to be emailed from you. I will consolidate them and vote on behalf of this Board of Education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, that takes us to new business, and the first recommended action is that the Board of Education direct the superintendent to post access to the school report cards to the district and school websites no later than November 30th, 2024. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Okay, any discussion? Dr. Small?
School report cards were developed by the state of Illinois to provide information about academic performance and characteristics of our students, faculty, instructional resources, and finances at both the school, district, and state levels. At the high school level, summative designations are determined based on the school's composite data on key indicators, as well as data for individual student demographics. The specific categories used to determine the summative ratings are English proficiency, math proficiency, science scores, English learners' progress through the access test given every year, graduation rates, ninth grade students on track to graduation, chronic absenteeism, and the climate survey. The scores from these data points lead to one of four summative ratings: exemplary, commendable, targeted support, and comprehensive support. Only 10% of the schools in the state can earn an exemplary rating. This year, District 211 has 3 schools with exemplary ratings: Schaumburg, Fremd, and Conant High Schools. Palatine and Hoffman Estates High Schools have been awarded a commendable rating. All of our schools continues to use this data as a source for improvement. The District 211 academic goals that are also reported upon annually remain in alignment with the school report cards and are part of continual improvement and interventions for review. Though the school report cards are currently online and accessible to all, tonight's action is to post those direct links to each school's report card on our district website as required.
Comments, thoughts, questions? Okay, if not, then may I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. That takes us to the next recommended action is that the curriculum committee report and recommendations be approved as presented. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, Dr. Small?
Each fall, winter, and spring, we conduct departmental curriculum committee meetings to formalize our curricular initiatives, consider new course proposals, recommend critical learning standards, review and approve student assessments, and recommend textbooks. Assistant Superintendent Josh Shoemaker leads the meetings with all of our principals and the department chairs for each of our 16 departments. The fall round of curriculum meetings were recently held, and a detailed report is attached to the agenda.
Any questions?
No question, just a quick comment. I'd like to thank Dr. Schumacher for making reference to the Public Act within the civics section that's come up currently, and I was glad to see that tied in with the report. So
Thank you. Ms. Cavill?
2 of my favorite books are on the list, so I'm just very excited for English 2 students. They're going to have a fun year, in my opinion. So.
All right. Anything else?
I just want to compliment the department chairs, principals, assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction, and our teachers, who 3 times a year go through an exercise in not only selecting new curriculum, but reevaluating our existing curriculum to determine whether or not it meets the standards of our community the education of our students and what's going on in the world today and tomorrow, and make changes accordingly to keep our students fine-tuned, highly educated, and ready for their lives ahead. And I want to thank them very much for doing that and presenting that information to the board. Outstanding work, as always.
Thank you. Any other comments? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye. Motion carries. Next recommended action is that the superintendent be authorized to offer professional learning opportunities for in-district credit as presented. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Any discussion? Dr. Small, anything you wanted to add?
The new upcoming courses.
Any comments or questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill, Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. The next recommended action is that the Board of Education award the business for auditorium improvements, base bid 2, at James B. Conant High School to the lowest responsive and responsible bidders as listed below. 1, Concrete Ed Fogarty Concrete Construction, Inc., $53,694. Number 2, Masonry A1 Group Limited, $22,000. Number 3, General Trades RB Construction, Inc., $577,500. Number 4, Tile and Flooring Consolidated Flooring of Chicago, LLC, $136,827. Number 8, Electrical McWilliams Electric Company, Inc., $924,709.
$9.
I'm sorry, $924,709. Total, $1,714,730. And may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Okay, any discussion?
Just a quick question. Why isn't this under the consent agenda? Why did we break this one out?
If I may, in May of 2022, the board approved the engagement of architects for auditorium improvements at each school. Hoffman Estates was the first school to begin the improvement process. And the recommendation tonight is for ADA access for performers and spectators, new lights, curtains, and carpet. We have brought each auditorium forward separately because of the action taken in May of 2022.
That was part of the discussion at the time. Yeah, that we wanted each project brought before the board.
Any other questions? If not, roll call, please.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. The next recommended action is that the Board of Education authorize the superintendent or designee to execute a contract with Jostens, Inc. for the purchase of senior graduation products for all of the schools for the 2024-2025, 2025-2026, and 2026-2027 school years. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill, Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. The next item, we've got a couple of policies that are the first reading. And the first one is GCG, Professional Staff Probation and Tenure. Any questions in regards to that? Okay. The second is GHQB, Custodial and Maintenance Grievance Procedures. Again, first reading. Any questions? Okay. The next are two items that proposed policy deletion. The first is GIQB, Cafeteria Grievance Procedure. Did I miss one?
The last one was a deletion as well.
Okay, the last is the deletion. Sorry.
So items G and H are deletion.
G and H are deletions. Any questions on those? Okay. Then that will take us to potential topics for future discussion. The next would be committee reports. You have the information from NSSEO, the strategic plan information. There's a review about all of the schools, what they looked at, and some of the suggestions, and then more will come after the meeting in December. Also, the HVAC system at Kirk School came in under budget, and that's going to be done over the 2 years. I'd like to thank everyone for working on that. I know we had Lauren, we had Ricky working on that, and other administrators. So truly appreciate all the input that was given to NSSEO to help them with getting this together. That was a big project. So thank you very much.
Barb Peterson was also part of that discussion.
And Barb, thank you. Yes. Attended plenty of meetings. Thank you because your input is extremely valuable and the guidance. So thank you. All right. Then that takes us to the Illinois Association of School Boards. Anything else, Mr. Rosenblum?
No, it's in the public content of the agenda. Thank you.
Okay. Then that takes us to Community and Family Services Report. Ms. Barron?
Yeah, the UP Coalition had their meeting last month, and it was a very great meeting. We heard from a great partner about using social media to promote the great work that is happening in the Palatine area. And sorry, I'm trying to look for it on their website, but on their website they have a bunch of different community resources, and one of them that stood out for any students who are listening or parents who are listening, and their student is trying to look for some Harper Promise hours on December 7th, I believe, and the UP Coalition has more information. But yeah, December 7th, they are looking, an organization's looking for students or anybody who is wanting to volunteer to help do some Christmas shopping with some kids in the Palatine area. So they're going to be taking some kids to a local Walmart in Palatine to do some Christmas shopping. My daughter did it last year and she absolutely loved that experience. So any student or their family hearing, and they're looking for some Harper Promise hours, that is a great way to give back to the community.
Thank you very much. The District 211 Foundation report, I was not able to attend. Dr. Small?
The foundation is looking to donate some money to our schools for some of their care centers, as well as some other needs that will be coming forward. And that will be on the December board meeting for an official donation.
Thank you. Then that takes us to Facilities and Building Safety Report. Mr. Bradley?
Thank you. Yeah, just a few highlights. First of all, it's amazing when we come together as a board and we are able to approve financing for the projects that we go out and implement in all the different schools. And a couple of highlights. Friend was had the ability to host the tennis tournament, and state officials really recognized a tremendous job that we did with resurfacing the tennis courts, and now we're adding some drainage to the courts. So amazing job there, and to be a part of something like that is just an honor. The art department over at FREM just looks amazing. You know, everything, the potential that these students have. I mean, now they even know about vinyl. They have vinyl records there. So that was really impressive to see. Applied technology. They could not say enough just to go in and be able to be productive in their daily output and work that they do, because they have air conditioning now. I remember as a kid, we didn't have air conditioning, but they do, and they were just really appreciative of it. And I also got to go to Hoffman and visit the auditorium. I got to see the beautiful curtains and how it's on remote control switch, because there's no way no one can pull those back. And then just the ADA accessibility now that makes it so much easier for someone that may have a disability to get in and off the stage in a safe manner. So thank the board and thank you all for all your hard work and effort.
Thank you very much. All right, then that takes us to our announcements. There's the upcoming events. And then the next recommended action is that the board enter closed session to discuss minutes of meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, matter pertaining to an individual student, and collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, may I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum,
Aye.
Mrs. Klimkowitz.
Aye. The motion carries. The recommended action is that the board return to open session. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill, aye. Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mr. McGowan, Mr. Rosenblum.
Aye.
Mrs. Klinowitz.
Aye. The motion carries. Next recommended action is that the Board of Education accepts the retirement request of Deborah Schmidt effective December 2026, according to the master contract of the District 211 United Support Staff. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Ms. Cavill, aye. Mr. McGowan, Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum.
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mrs. Klinowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. Next recommended action is that the Board of Education approve reimbursement to eligible employees, including those eligible from the United Support Staff for insurance premiums as presented. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Cavill, aye. Mr. McGowan, Ms. Barron,
Aye.
Mr. Rosenblum.
Aye.
Mr. Bradley,
Aye.
Mr. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Mrs. Klinowitz.
Aye, the motion carries. And with no other business to come before the board president declares this meeting of the Board of Education adjourned.